What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? All right. See, this is a prime perfect example of how the media and the politicians love to basically bullshit us and make something into something that it's really not. And exacerbate the living hell out of whatever they feel like, whichever will divide us and whichever will get them votes. Okay, look at this headline. White supremacy is a global terror threat. And then the head of ADA calls on Biden for anti-hate strategy. Okay, and listen to this first part of this video. It's ridiculous. And then I'm gonna lay some facts on you guys, and you guys are gonna see how much they're bullshitting us and how much they're making something out of nothing just for their political bullshit games. So here we go. Watch.
Shooting in Buffalo comes amid a rise in racial violence across the country. According to data from the FBI, in 2020, there was a surge in hate crimes targeting African Americans. There were just over 8,000 reported hate crime incidents that year, and FBI data shows about 65% of them were based on race, ethnicity, or ancestry bias. Within those categories, Black Americans made up more than half of the victims. Hate crime statistics.
Okay, right there. Okay, the title says white supremacy is a global terror threat. Okay, supposedly a huge issue that needs to be taken care of. It's on a rampage. Okay, and then there's numbers they listed. Okay. Here are those numbers they listed, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. 8 out of 8,000 hate crimes. 8,000 hate crimes. Okay. 2020. Only 64.9% of those were racial bias. Okay. So that's only 5,225 of those were racial bias. So that's only 500 racist involved hate crimes. Okay? And then they said half of that involved black victims. So that's only 2,612. So there was only 2,612 hate crimes against black people last year. I mean, in 2020. Only 2,612. Yeah, there should be zero. I agree. I'm not going to deny that. There should be zero. But is that an issue that needs to be taken care of right now? Is that a global terror threat? And it didn't even say how many of those were done by white people. Those could have been done by other black people, Hispanics, Asians. That was just the victims who were black. They didn't say who was the offender. A. And B, 2,612. Okay. Do you know how many cars were stolen in 2020? 810,000. Okay, 10,000. So there's over, I think, 300 or 400 times the probability of your car getting stolen than there is for there to be a hate crime against a black person. Done by any race, by the way. Maybe, that's huge. And did you know, involving those hate crimes, that I think 40% of them only involved intimidation, no violence, no physical anything, it was just intimidation. Okay, so you see how those numbers are just skewed and just amplified and made to look certain ways that they're really not? And if white supremacy was such a huge deal, okay, let's say 3,700 of them were done by white people. So over the all of the offenses done to black victims, plus an additional 1,000 were done by white people to other races. Let's just say that. Let's just say an outrageous figure like that, which is probably not quite true, but let's just exacerbate that a little bit, even just for that. So we'll overestimate say that 7,300 were done by white people. Do you know what percentage of that is of the white population in America? Less than 1/100th of a percent of 1%. It's not even 1% of 1%. So that means that 99.9% of white people aren't committing white supremacy hate crimes. I think that's pretty good. 99.9%? 99.9%. Actually, 99.99% of white people are not committing hate crimes against black people. So is that really a huge freaking issue? I mean, come on. Don't let them bullshit you into thinking that something's on a rampage when 99.99% aren't. I think that's pretty damn good. And not an issue that needs to be taken care of now. I think more of an issue that needs to be taken care of now is a lot more shit. A lot more than 1% of 1%, less than 1% of 1%. Come on. Don't let them bullshit you into thinking that, oh, this is pissing me off. Because you know what? Most people, no matter what color they are, like myself, I don't give a shit what race you are. I really don't. I could give a shit. I could care less. Good or bad. I don't care. I do not care. So quit making them make you care over facts that are skewed and shit that's exacerbated to be an issue that is really not in comparison to other issues. But the reason they choose this issue is because it'll divide, it'll swing votes to their side, and you're distracted from the real issues, so they don't have to actually take care of them. So wake up, America! Come on now. It's my video. Like and subscribe, and I'll keep you updated on the bullshit they're trying to pull.